Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation. In the last episode, we got through day 27. We completed Malkoth's Dusk Ordeal, and in turn, Hod's requirement of that being completed, and Yasad's requirement of that being completed all at the same time. Let's get in and do a summary of everything that occurred yesterday at the deployment screen, and then we'll decide what we're doing for the day, because our Sephiroth have some deep-rooted problems, and we need to fix them. Or rather, I would like to fix them. Oh my god. Poor Malkoth, Yasad, and Hod. Wow. So... Right, well, let's start with that first. When we completed day 27, we have unlocked now these things called core suppressions. Apparently, our Sephiroth are, in fact, imperfect. There are many problems with them, and they seem to be based on or constructed with the personalities of very specific people who had worked for this corporation at some point and met some gruesome ends. Oh, it's awful. But in any case, we have the option now to try to suppress them. And judging from the comments you guys have left, we will earn some special rewards if we do suppress these cores. I'll talk about your comments in a bit. Oh god! What just happened there? Game minimized, sorry. Alright, yes. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to giving them a try, and I don't think, I can't see why I wouldn't at least try it. If they're too tough for me, I'll find out after we make several attempts at them, and we will be attempting one of them today in this video. What else did we do? Yes, we survived our first Dusk Ordeal. It was the Red Ordeal, and it was very interesting. They're not that difficult as long as I am literally keeping ahead of them and making sure my people are avoiding where they're rolling, since that's a lot of damage that they do when they do so, and making sure I have the proper bullets to deal with those giant abomination clowns. Clown abominations, there we go. So, yeah, that wasn't so bad. We also were able to put back Clouded Monk into his containment unit as well at the end of the day. And we only lost one person. We lost Donna. Indeed, rest in peace, Donna, as you said as well, Alexander. It was due to my incompetence that we lost her as well. We never should have lost her. I just moved her right back down into the same hallway that the bullet from Der Freischutz was traveling along. Man, I thought it had cleared the department before I moved her down there, and having watched it afterwards, oh, no, I was mistaken. Wasn't paying attention. Too busy worrying about the ordeal, which I had no business worrying about because the game was paused. In any case, that was her only death, and I was willing to accept that and move forward into day 28. We discovered everything there was to know as well about the Snow Queen. I like working with her. She's amazing. 70% chance of success with insight work. And with the increased temperance that my people have, who have tier 5 insight work, it tends to be like a 93% chance to have the work done successfully. She's a great source of early PE boxes in the day until the temperance level starts falling later on thanks to clerks dying off. Yeah, I really like her. I am really glad we picked her up. She is amazing. 18 PE boxes, almost guaranteed. Fantastic. We also began unlocking some of the Frost Splinters, and when I went to look at these weapons, everyone, I noticed something really interesting about them. When a target is struck by a Frost Splinter, it reduces their movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. That's pretty amazing. So I want people using this weapon now, absolutely. Even more probably than Harvest. I view the Frost Splinter as being better than Harvest. It's white damage, not black, but that slow is great. What else is there? We almost got everything there was to get from the Fragment of the Universe as well. We just need one more suit of armor from him. And I think that's it for the summary. Let me quickly cut this, and then we will move into the next part of the video. which is going to be reading your comments, because I'm probably not going to be reading comments during the day this time, because we're going to be trying a course suppression, and so I'm probably going to need all of my focus for that. Describing what's going on, even though I plan on doing the voice for the course suppression after. But I will record a little bit of my voice during the gameplay, like I'm going to speak to you as I'm playing when we start the course suppression, because I think the first one of these will be the most exciting one, because it's my first course suppression I'm going to see. I will also talk about the course suppressions and what's involved in it before I head out into it. But first, we're going to read your comments. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've got first Adorkable. All right, I really love your journal entries, Adorkable. They are fantastic. They are great. I love them. All right, here we go. Now that I'm in charge of the disciplinary department, I'm going to teach these abnormalities who's in charge of this facility. No more half measures and timid responses. Gabora is right. The other Sephira are too lenient, too soft. The abnormalities here would kill any one of us at a moment's notice. Why should we show them any mercy? The smart ones stay in their containment units and keep giving us energy. I'm happy the manager has finally given my team the freedom to do what needs to be done. Not a day too late as well. So my own take on this is that, I don't know if this, well, I guess as far as I don't know if too lenient's correct. Oh, well, actually, no, that was Gabora's take on it, Adorkable, so you share her vision on this. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I liked Hod's reaction, because she's like, we can still contain the abnormality, and we won't lose as many people if we do it this way. But Gabora's like, but that means it won't suffer as much. So Adorkable is all about the punishment as well. The day started easy enough, just had to make first contact with the new abnormality. We saw eye to eye pretty quickly. She respected my power, and I respected her nobility. I don't foresee having any problems from her. Pretty sure that if I challenge her, she will back down and release any agent she's captured. Right, the Snow Queen, if someone has a normal work result with her, she kisses them. If she kisses them twice, then you have to send someone else into the containment unit in order to free them. And that person has to have high levels of instinct. I guess that means high hit points as well in order to be successful at that. There's some sort of challenge that occurs. We might try that on a day where we don't have the meltdown, assuming that we actually move forward with after the meltdowns are completed. Like, if we lose 1 million people, but we complete the meltdown, I might just do a Quilpaloth. I might do the memory repository reversion rather than retry the day, in which case we'll lose her as an abnormality. But I like to keep her. We'll see what happens. Anyway, the Adorkable continues. The rest of the day was a royal clusterfuck, though. Yes, yeah, it really was. We had abnormalities escaping left and right, but my team did their job well and nobody died. Well, nobody important. Clerks are gonna die. It's why I stopped bothering to learn their designations. Oh! Really quick. Right, that was another task we needed to complete, right? Yes, for Gabora. We completed her first quest, which was to suppress 5? 4? I think it was 5. 5 HE or lower abnormalities in one day. And it so happened that Scarecrow Seeking Wisdom broke out accidentally, just at the same time I had scheduled Printed Butterflies to break out. This guy broke out twice, and we let Forsaken Murderer break out once as well to complete that quest. Alright. Man, that was a crazy day yesterday. Oh my god, I just feels what you said, Adorkable. Well, we had nobody escaping left and right, but my team did their job well and nobody died. Well, nobody important. Holy crap. Clerks are gonna die. Oh, Donna died too. I view Donna as important, but she did, but Adorkable does not. That's fair. That's fair. She was lower level. She has to prove herself still. It's why I stopped bothering to learn their designations. The real test came late in the day when 2 monstrous creatures broke into the facility. They were like flesh golems made of clowns and rusted metal. The other Sephira advised caution, but Gabora knew that we needed to hit them hard and fast. As the first one fell, the other agents cheered, but my department kept our guard up. And sure enough, the beast rose up in a new horrific form. We leapt upon it with a furious purpose and bottled it down again, and as I stood upon its rotten corpse, I felt a ripple. Moments later, it exploded to a swarm of clowns that rushed from the room. I cut one down before it could escape, but the others had to be hunted down like the animals they are. Yeah, that was really interesting, wasn't it? The Dusk Ordeal clown breaks into a weaker clown after you kill it. There must be something special about it. It's an HE, also not a WoW, unlike so the Dusk Ordeals are WoW abnormalities. And it changed its form into an HE abnormality, and then when that was killed, it was then the Teth abnormalities from the Dawn. I'm actually wondering, I think what might have happened is that the Red Dusk became a Red Noon, and then became a Red Dawn afterwards, is maybe what is what happened with it when we destroyed one of those abominations. Right, yes, yep, that was great. Man, that was a lot of fun fighting them off. I was a little hesitant by bringing everyone to battle the one clown, if only because I was worried. I wasn't sure whether they were going to show up at first, and so I spent a lot of time maneuvering my second warrior group around, anticipating where the other clown would be. In the end, I should not have done that, but now I know how to fight the clowns a little bit better next time we do it. What else is there? Okay, I left that to the manager as I stormed off to face the second creature. My naginata dripping viscous black clown blood. Yes! The second was easier now that we knew what to expect. Unfortunately, while dealing with it, several other abnormalities escaped. It was a long, hard day, but the disciplinary team ensured that all agents survived. Or so I thought. Apparently, in the chaos, the manager hired the huntsman to help, and Donna was caught in the crossfire. Tomorrow, I will do better. Oh, that wasn't your fault. That was my stupid fault. God, I can't believe I did it either. The moment I even sent Donna down there, I was like, oh, that might have been a mistake, but it was too late to send her back up again. Man, that really sucked. There was no reason for us to lose her. Alright, next comment is from Alexander. Why, hello there, Tim. Hello, Alexander. Rest in peace, Donna. Rest in peace, Donna. Yes, indeed. You did very well with the day. Can't wait for the core suppressions. They are not that hard, at least the Saya layer ones, and play out like a normal day, but with a quirk. Start with Malkoth. She's not the easiest, but will give you a good idea what to expect from the core suppressions. So I decided, based on what Destruction has told me about the rewards, that I'm actually going to start with Yasad first. Because I like what we gain from him. So I'll talk about that briefly. But if I fail Yasad a few times, we'll go to Malkoth and give her a try and see if maybe Yasad's tougher than her. But I liked what Yasad grants as a reward. Well, let's move on to the rest of your comment. Sweepers are living things, actually, not robots. Oh! They look like robotic ninjas to me, wielding some sort of, like, red weaponry. And you did a good job avoiding them since day 21. Wow! So they could have showed up in the past 6 days. Man, I am really lucky that I didn't have to fight them earlier. Their ordeal is, quote, the best, quote, one to get rid of the clerks, since they also clean up the bodies after themselves. Oh, that's interesting. So, if what you're saying, Alexander, is correct, then it sounds like something else that we don't have yet might care about there being dead bodies. When clerks are being killed. If I'm gonna have an ordeal or an abnormality or some event that isn't execution bullets kill clerks, then the Blue Noon is the best thing to do that with, because they eat the bodies or shred them to bits. They get rid of them. Okay. What else is there? I'm sorry. Why do you apologize, Alexander? Snow Queen is nice to have. She... The Snow Queen is ice to have. I get it now. No apology necessary. I love puns. I'm a huge punster myself. My father raised all of his sons to use puns all the time. My friends hate it. Me and my 3 brothers, we use puns all the time. All the time. It's wonderful. I love puns. So no apology necessary. She gives tons of PE boxes and a cool... I like it. A cool gift to go with that. But you will need to get kisses for that. Oh! So I saw no EGO gift even here. And we unlocked all the information about her as well. Okay. So, you telling me this, by the way, Alexander, makes me a little worried about even this information about non-escaping entities without a Quilpaloth counter. Because maybe she escapes in some way after all. Or, like, if there's no EGO gift, but this is the second abnormality that can give a gift, even though none's listed, I'm going to be a little worried about that all this stuff is lies in some regard, or not quite telling me everything. Alright, so to get kisses, we have to do normal work. So, okay. We'll aim for that in day 28. Oh, which might be today. Alright, let's move on. Alexander says, oh, and thank you for letting me sleep with the sheep for a while after I nearly got liquidated by the sweepers. Yeah, I don't want to lose anybody. So, I was glad I sent you to hang out with the sheep as well, because I really didn't want you dying, because I wasn't paying attention to who is taking damage from them, who they're all targeting at the same time. Good luck. Thank you, Alexander. I have a hunch I'm going to need that luck. Destruction 42K says, honestly, Tim, now I feel kind of guilty about getting you into this games. Didn't realize Malcolm's breakdown would affect you like that. I'm sorry for what you had to go through, Tim. Oh, no, don't worry, Destruction 42K. It's good to be reminded of it, actually, because I've fallen back into old habits and I really shouldn't be. The most important thing for me when I had my stroke is that when I couldn't move, it's so surreal. And so, it's just interesting that Malkoth was making these statements. I'm like, yeah, Malkoth, I know what that's like. And how many other people are, I don't want to say lucky, because that's not necessarily the case, but I suppose I'll use it. How many people are lucky enough to have experienced something horrific like that, and yet recovered from it afterwards? Man. Yeah, don't worry about that destruction. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. If this game is getting to you emotionally, maybe take a break or quit entirely. Nope, don't worry about it. Sorry about this, Tim. Nope, don't apologize, destruction. Perfectly fine. No problems. I handle this stuff really well. It's just interesting. I didn't expect to run into something like that in this game. That's all. If you're on the fence about core suppressions, let me tell you what you get as passives from beating them. Okay, so according to destruction, and I don't really view this as a spoiler because this doesn't tell me how to beat the suppressions, although it does tell me what the reward will be for them. But I don't mind this at all. Because I still don't know what's involved in this. So Malkoth will, if we win, we get plus 10 LOB points according to destruction at the end of each workday. So we earn more points. That's really nice. That's really tempting because I can use that to improve all our people. It makes also improving new hires fast. Yasad, when we complete work, the PE boxes we earn will earn 25% more towards our daily quota, rounded up. He thinks. It doesn't count what we earn for the research here to unlock weaponry or equipment for the abnormality. And if that's true, I want to do Yasad's first, because that will make all these other ones faster to complete. I think when I checked all of these, all of these require me doing a reaching Quilpaloth meltdown level 6 when I had checked earlier. Yep. And meet the entry quota. So that will be much easier to do if I actually have Yasad's completed first. So we're going to try Yasad's first. What else do we have? Hod. Destruction says, Hod. Oh god, the Hod suppression. Oh, that makes me a little worried. The reward is all employees are recruited with level 3 in all stats. Certain abnormalities can't be worked with properly due to no one having stats below 3. Although this is far more of a boon than a curse. Oh, I'm sorry. Certain abnormalities that normally can't be worked with properly will now be able to be worked with. Okay. No. So, wait, is that right? Okay. Oh, that is interesting. So, I have to be careful then. if we complete Ha's abnormality, we can't have anyone with a low level stat anymore. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, we can still beat up some of these abnormalities without any real issues, the ones that require us having lower than a certain stat level. I mean, I would like to do it anyway, because the reward sounds amazing. For 1 LOB point, we get someone with tier 3 in all stats. That's awesome. I really want that. In fact, I'm tempted not to hire anyone else until we get HOD suppression done, but we probably should hire at least one more person today. Destruction42K then says, okay, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking on this, but Corp has multiple endings, and you won't be getting the true ending that requires you to finish all core suppressions. And there's the big one: research every single abnormality. And here's the big one: research every single abnormality. Oh, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Because I'm not going to fall back to day 1 to start all over from scratch again so I can get other Zayians. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, well, so be it. We won't get the true ending. Both of those requirements carry over after memory repositories, so you can loop those to farm abnormalities, but I wouldn't recommend that for you. Instead, once these games beaten, look up the true ending. That's just the one library of Runa follows on from. Okay, no problem. Also, Project Moon posted on their YouTube account a trailer for L Corp's Day 50 that I highly recommend watching when you get to day 49. Okay, now that assumes, of course, that we get to day 49, because I'm still not sure I'll be good enough at the game to get to day 49. We will see how far I get. And then Windwater says, and I thought this was just a silly management with anime NPC, LOL, inspired, question mark, from SCP kinda game. Boy, oh boy, Malkov's dialogues kicked me right in the nuts. But, well, yes, I wasn't expecting... Like, it started out cute, but as it's going on, it's getting more and more serious about everything. But it reminds me a little bit of, like, Neo Evangelion, right? Because that started just, from my memory of that anime series, that started just as, like, kids in giant robots fighting monsters. And then it became, like, all about depression, and these kids dealing with becoming an adult and having all these other issues and problems that come with doing what the work they're doing, and their different personalities. It was just, God, it was awful. It was awful, the turn that happened in the anime. So this is going right along with most animes I think I've seen, where it starts out innocently enough, and oh man, it becomes much more gruesome as it goes on. Windwater then finishes with Too Hard on Yourself for Makad, Bottling Emotions for Yasad, and Naive for Had. Yep, their themes. Whew, man, these poor Sephiroth. Alright, everyone. So, with that said, I'm going to cut this now so I can talk about the core suppressions briefly. And then, as I've hinted to it now, we're going to go ahead and start Yasad's. Let me go ahead and first cut this. Alright, everyone. Let's go ahead and try to summarize core suppressions for a bit. This is just in case you clicked not the link, but you advanced these video sliders such that you're now looking at, you were looking to skip past the comment section, for example. So let's go ahead and cover these again. So, the core suppressions were unlocked, all 3 of these, when we completed Malkoth's 4th quest, Complete a Dusk Ordeal. And that unlocked both Yasad's and Had's. From what I've gleaned from the comments you guys have left, and from what the game has shown me, these are normal workdays, as we're used to, but there's a twist involved with them. First off, we're not allowed to assign anyone to that team. They have to go someplace else instead. So, I'm thinking that the regenerator room might be sealed off for the core suppression, or there's some aspect to that room that we're not allowed to be in it for some reason. If we're not allowed to start people out in it. It might just be thematic, but no one will start out in that regenerator room. So that's going to be interesting to me. We have to complete this level. We have to reach this level meltdown. So we have to finish the meltdown level 5 and get to level 6. And we also have to meet the energy quota for this, well, I guess it's for the suppression. It might not be linked to the actual day that we complete. What are we up to now? Like 700 PE boxes? So this might be a totally separate quota. It might not be, it might not correlate to the day we're on. It might be more, it might be less. We'll find out together. There's some twist as well to what happens during this day. I think it's some sort of passive. Like, I see this says an error with the information and camera systems is detected. So there's something that's going to be affecting our ability to do work on the information team during this day. We're going to be starting with the information team's core suppression. Because the reward from it, if what Destruction 42K said was accurate, is that we will earn an extra 25% PE boxes towards our daily total after working with an abnormality. So if we work with, let's say, Void Dream, and we earn all 14 PE boxes, we will earn an extra 25% of that. So what would that be? 4? 4 more boxes would be earned upon completing this work. That would make the training team and control teams faster for me to reach the energy quota. So I'm interested in seeing that done. It also would help me with the normal days. So if, like, we complete this core suppression, but these two are too tough for me, at least having this one would let me move forward in the normal days a lot easier. Maybe we could get an ALF equipment, and then we could try these core suppressions again with the better equipment would make it easier for us. So I'm hoping that this core suppression is the easiest of these 3 to do. So that's the first one we're going to do. And, oh, also from what I can tell, this changes, by the way, from start day 28 to begin core suppression. That makes me think that we're not going to do day 28 when we do this. Like, if we complete the core suppression, we didn't actually do day 28. This was something different. That's interesting. It lets us maybe sneak in some research with the new abnormality we picked up, which is a WoW abnormality, by the way, so we should at least look at it to see what type of work it accepts, for example. Because if this escape speaks on horrific things happening in my corporation, that might be something I need to concern myself while trying to do this meltdown. So we gotta handle that as well. Alright, so I'm done babbling about the core suppressions. You now know as much as I do about them. Let me cut this, and then we'll be back to look at all of our people, everyone. Alright, well, let's go ahead and look at all our folks. So, we have It's-A-Me Tim, and I earned the Fragment of the Universe's badge, the little brooch that it gives us. Aww, it looks really great on me. Although I do think my armor should change to really bring out the pink and orange. The suit just doesn't do it. I re-enabled my Crown of Thorns since I'm up here in the control team anyway. I want to know that I have this on me, because I still need to remember that when we do work with hundreds of good deeds, if we get all 10 PE boxes, the mental health of every employee in the department, so that will be the control team, will be restored. And that could be really useful for us, so I need to keep that in mind. Barber Baron, looking great in that eye armor. I like the crossbow on your back as well. I think that's a great combination. Fang looking cute with your glasses and a Christmas outfit on, I see. Wielding another one of, reading one of our shorts, and Jason, you're wielding the other one of these. Yeah, it looks good. I think the dark hair with the regret looks good on you. It's going to be a shame when I have to put some better armor on you. But it'll be worth it as well. Yeah, he looks great. The information team, we have 2 new hires now, everyone. We have Combo Breaker HD, wielding a Christmas stick and the Screaming Wedge armor. He's going to be working with Scarecrow today. Lost Fremen is going to be working with Lady Facing the Wall, I think. Is that correct? Actually, I should do that off screen, but I'm pretty sure he is doing that. Or, oh, actually, no. He's working with Forsaken Murderer, Tim. That's the wrong armor you have on him. You want to change that before you get going. Hold on. Lost Fremen. So we don't want you taking extra red damage. This is why I double check all the time, everyone. I want you having fragments. Yeah, this is, well, that's acceptable. Actually, it should be the 4th match flame you give him. That's minus 40% red damage, which is far better. Do that. Okay. I'd stay home. Looking pretty good. No new gifts that I see. Alexander, you're wearing the sheep armor because you'll be working with Void Dream today. And you have less sanity than max hit points. So I needed that sanity reduction, which is why you're wearing this. Normally I prefer red reduction and purple reduction to white damage reduction. I don't know why I felt like saying that. I just did. Alright, we have on the safety team, Chris Patai. Didn't earn anything new, but I'm not expecting anyone over here to do so, because we're done working with the abnormalities over here, effectively. Dia could do work with one other person, like to get one more point in justice, but I don't think it matters that much. Oh, Heisel could earn 4 points in justice. Maybe we will send Heisel to do something today. We'll see. Helmet Hair, you're now wielding our cannon. We're moving that around to someone who doesn't have high justice, since it's a Teth weapon. It does good damage for a Teth weapon, 2330, but it's still a Teth weapon. We need to get something better to replace this with. Lennon, you look like a redneck with the Scarecrow armor and like a shotgun on your back. That's great. I love it. I love it. M. Stultons? Not having any of it. I see with that face. Not too happy about giving that armor. I'm sorry. It's good armor. It's good armor against black and pale damage. I think. No, against other types of damage. Red and white. David C. Interesting. I gave you the monk armor. Looks pretty good on you, I think. No new gifts. I think I did enable your matchstick to remind me that you have that. Master of Survival. The samurai armor. Do you really not have any gifts on you? Oh, yeah, you have well cheaters. Jason, look at you with all those gifts on you. I think we're even hiding something on you, aren't we? Oh, no, we're not. Okay. Oh, the hat is plus 10 success rate. I will need to remember that. That might come in really useful later on to know that you are really good at work. You also have the gift from Wingbeat. If you can get the brooch from Fragment, that was plus 16 work rate. That's almost a whole nother virtue stat just on its own. Windwater looked pretty good. All Discord stuff. Like that say nay, you are all alone over here on the welfare team. I wasn't intending originally to do work with this abnormality, but we probably will at least pop in once, see what it looks like, and then maybe get some work done with it today. Tillman? Oh, that's a great combination. That armor with the ice spear. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Destruction? Yep, we're bringing another ice spear for us. The ice spear and that Wingbeat crystal looks pretty good on you. It's a good combination. And finally, our disciplinary team is Bruno with the monk stick. And the Dorkable with her Discord Naginata. That looks pretty good. I like all this. Alright. That is everyone. Let me go ahead now and cut this. And we'll be good to start our first course suppression, everyone. Give me a few seconds. Alright, everyone. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking to begin with, so this way you can hear my very first thoughts about seeing a course suppression. I'm making a big deal out of this. Maybe it's not really that big of a deal. Maybe it's nowhere near as difficult as I'm thinking it's going to be, but maybe it will be. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so my people need to be moved to other departments today. So let me see where you're working. So, Combo Breaker. You're working with Scarecrow. So we'll put you there. The rest of you are working with things that are in the information team. So I would want you in the Central Command team or close to it. So, Fremen. I put you here. Get +1 to all stats. And if I put you in the safety team, let's put you there for more fortitude and prudence. I like to say Home has decent levels in most of his stats, so we can put him in the Central Command team. And then Alexander, where are we putting you? By the way, what does this do? Increases the defense multipliers of the EGO belonging to departments. Oh, it increases your defensive stats of your armor. I have no way to see what exactly that does, though, here. Okay, it's too far away for you, Alexander, because you're not going to working with welfare at all today. So we'll put you in the safety team as well. Okay, I think I'm set, everyone. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Oh my god! Wow! Oh, poor Assad! Are we allowed in there? Do we have to work? Oh, there's no clerks! There's no clerks in his department either! Oh, wow! So we don't have any bonus for this department being down. That will impact our success rate and everything else. What's this? What does this say? What was I really looking at all this time? Are we not even allowed to fall into despair? Are we not allowed? Okay, wow, that's interesting. We got all this floating text on the screen. It's like we went into his memory, or we're inside his CPU or something at the moment. I like the music. This is pretty epic music. Alright. So what are we doing then today? Actually, wait, hold on. There's some weirdness here. What's this? Oh! Oh! I can't see so well. Oh! I can't even see anyone's names. It's hard to see what they look like. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that it's messing with me, the player playing the game, and not just my employees in the game. This impenetrable darkness is inexplicably lonely. Okay. Oh, what do we have today, by the way, for new anomaly? Ooh! Oh, she is elegant looking. Oh, I like the look of her. And here's her welfare team, which we haven't seen yet. Alright. Okay, so it looks like we've lost all the benefits of the information team. It's gone. So we don't have any increased work success chance, and work speed rate is gone. It's a little difficult for me to see my employees' looks and what stats they have. But I have a giant book with all this written down, and I already know who's working where. So let me go ahead. I guess we'll do it on screen today. Let me go ahead and begin moving people to where I want them working. So, okay. Actually, no, it should, yes. I really want to cut the recording because it's going to take a while to do. But I guess I can just, I'll mute myself instead and do this off screen. Sorry, on screen, and I'll just chat with you guys while watching this video and keep you entertained. So I'll be back. And hey guys, so this is me watching with now, but I'll be back often to talk on screen. Very often, I think. So there won't be too much I'll be talking about while watching. But I'll try to talk a little bit about it. So, having a book where I've written down who's working with what is so incredibly helpful. Because, well, I know who's going to be near which regenerator room to work with all these different abnormalities. And I also, I also really like all my viewers and all my agents who have been made out of them. And I recognize, like, your hairstyle, the weapons I've given you, the armor that you're wielding, the gifts that you have. I've got to know and like all my agents. So, having this be pixelated on me is a good test to see if I remember who's who and what they're supposed to do for the day. The book also has there's virtue levels written down, and the weapons that I've given them are also a hint to me as to how powerful they may or may not be. So when we get the ordeals, I'm going to probably have a great idea as who can be fighting in them and who should be staying away from them at the start. But having a book, keeping a log, being so organized is really... I'm back, everyone, really quick. This is actually kind of fun. I need to remember whose name everyone is, and I do, but I have to... It's interesting to have to force myself to remember names rather than rely what's up here. So, Admiral Fang, I'm looking at you at the moment. Where were you supposed to work today? Sorry, it's really super interesting that I don't have their names up here. I think that's kind of neat. Again, it forces me to remember what they look like, on this screen or the pixelated image here. I like this. Okay, did I mute myself, Tim? Did I mute myself? I think I did. Yeah, so, like, this is GZ we're looking at right there. Here's Admiral Fang, who's up there. The other person is Robber Baron, who's up in the control room. I'm not even looking at my book. I've just come to really know my employees. I love taking care of them and knowing what they look like. And it's one of the and I'll talk about this a little later, some more, but it's one of the reasons why I don't want to start all over from day one. Because I've really grown attached to all my agents. I hate losing even a single one of them to something. I don't want to lose anyone. Alright, well, in any case, let's talk more about this. So, we can't quite tell what the amount of energy we need to complete the day is. We won't be able to tell exactly how many ticks away we are from the next meltdown level. We won't be able to see the stat lines of our players. We can't tell how much damage anyone has taken, and we don't know their names either. When I actually manage to click on one of these containment units, we will also note that we can't really see the percentages of working with these abnormalities. But I had already, again, I'm so organized that I have a book dedicated to telling me who needs to work with what abnormalities to improve their stats based around how great of a chance we have of working with them. I'm going to be going through this day just like it's a normal day, because it is. It's just that the day's going to end, assuming we get through this, the day will end at meltdown level 6, right when we hit it. And of course it's tricky, because everything's kind of heavily pixelated on us. I don't want to ruin too much more in case you guys haven't seen it, but more things occur as we reach higher meltdown levels, in theme with how things are being manipulated with us today, from what I can tell. So, what's going through my head is, at the moment, is everyone needs to go to their regenerator rooms. Okay. At the moment, people are being assigned outside the hallways to the abnormalities they're going to be working with for the day. One or two of us are just assigned to abnormality suppression duty, or to assist agents if they go insane working with a certain abnormality. I'm back, everyone. I don't know where I am, so I'm moving wherever I am down to Teresa, because I want to be down here in case someone loses their mind to Scarecrow Seeking Wisdom. I moved everyone that I don't think is there. There I am. I'm moving everyone that I don't think is doing work today on an abnormality to this room. Oh, that's interesting. If I cancel work, I move back to my original room. Okay, I want myself hanging out down here. All right, so now I just want everyone being moved into the hallways by the regenerators for the rooms that they'll be next to the containment units they'll be working with today. I did that already, Tim. You're now moving them to the regenerator rooms. Because this way, when they finish their work... probably having Scarecrow escape. So I'm going to keep him... no, we'll keep us over there. Dia. We're going there. You two come down here. And Chris stays alone where he's located because I'm worried that he'll start slaughtering people. Okay, so I think we're set. So let's get started with the day. So wows are first. Wows are first. So Jason needs to do work with Black Swan. This is amazing. Everything is pixelated. Everything. Well, I'm sorry, not everything. No. Any of the work goo, all the GUIs that show up that display to me are pixelated. That's pretty awesome. Right, you're working on Fortitude, Jason, so let's have you do that. The color of the sleigh is helmet hair. So that's you here for prudence work. We have Clouded Monk. That's you, Destruction. So you are Justice today. Adorkable, we'll have you do this with Snow Queen. Yang is... Yang is David C. That's you, sir. And you're... Oh, this is correct. You're going to work with Prudence on him today. We might as well sneak in a little bit of training here with Spider-Bud. So that's Master of Survival. Who is indeed right here. Crumbling Armor is supposed to be... those are tests, Tim. Do your wows first. Dreaming Current. Dreaming Current is Lennon Soul Hacker. That's where you're supposed to be, Lennon. I put you over here. Oh, right. Okay, so let's have you do your justice work with Scorched Girl. Then Soul Hacker, you're going to do Fortitude training with Dreaming Current. Well, where else do we need work being done? Where haven't we worked? So we need some work done with Scarecrow Seeking Wisdom. Oh. Which one of you two was doing... You were. The armor that you're wearing indicates you were doing this. And it's going to be Fortitude work. We'll start with. Crap. That's I like to stay home, Tim. That's I like to stay home. Fortitude work. I think. That would be... Oh! You sent the wrong person to do work here, Tim. I did, yes. That was supposed to be, I like to say home, who is now currently selected. He needs the justice work. We need to do Fortitude work here with you. Funeral of the Dead Butterflies can have work done with Admiral Fang. Robber Baron, you can get some work done with Letitia. Excellent work with the Snow Queen, Adorkable. We'll have Bruno. I remember smiling really largely when suddenly we hit a new meltdown level, and the pixelation. The music with Letitia makes this soundtrack extremely creepy to me. The pixelation in the background. The pixelation got what happened? A lot worse. Oh my god! The screen itself is now pixelated. Wow. Alright. Let's do some fortitude work over here with you, Bruno. It might not be even successful, but I don't care. Fragment Universe can't kill you. Adorkable, we'll have you do more prudence work with Snow Queen. So, Destruction. Let's have you do some work with Clouded Monk. Crap. I wanted to do work with this abnormality today, but we're not going to do that now. Wait. Do we have any... Oh, we have meltdowns. We have meltdowns. Okay. Holy crap. I almost didn't notice that. Okay. So, justice work here with Food of the Dead Butterflies. Where else do we have meltdowns going on? Here. That's Teresa. I can step in there. Oh my god, the meltdowns are almost finished, too. Alright, I can do that. No problem. Spiderbud. I did too much talking before I realized what was actually going on. You can rush in here with fortitude work. It was only 3 of them. And we have a purple dawn, it looks like, coming up from what I can see. I'm thinking that... Oh, that's great. Even this screen is messed up. I'm thinking that we probably care about more about success rates than improving stats now for my high-level abnormalities. So Destruction's going to do work with Clouded Monk, but it's going to be instinct work instead of justice, which is what I normally wanted him to do. Robber Baron, you can do more attachment work with Letitia. You're David C. Bloom Students. Bloom Students, we can have you do some fortitude work with Crumbling Armor. David C., I think you are doing prudence work with Yang today. Is that correct? Yes. Oh, and I'm sorry, everyone. I'm doing a lot of chatting on screen as I'm playing, so I will shut up now, and the rest of it will be me watching with you guys. I think I lied right there. I think I will pop back on to chat a little bit more later, but I think I do shut up for most of this now. Alright, so, hey, I'm back and watching with you guys now. What I meant to say, what I was trying to say earlier, when I mentioned doing work with the abnormalities and not caring about stat increases, is that normally I would be fine, like with some of these abnormalities escaping, and I'd still want to improve my people's stats. But now that I can't really tell how damaged someone's gonna be, it's really hard for me to tell what's going on. I really don't want any abnormality escaping today. If I can't see how much damage people are taking, that's gonna be really tricky. Oh, and I'm probably not paying attention to the fact that I'm about to have the Purple Dawn showing up. I think I didn't even notice it. And I don't notice that my combat group is still sitting in the information department. A few other things that I never mentioned, but I was under the assumption, by the way, what was going on. I assumed no one can enter into Yasad's room, or Yasad would kill them, or at the very least, that room has no regenerative properties, which is why the people working in the info team are in other regenerator rooms. I don't even think I try to... I don't think I click on it at all. I just try to avoid him altogether. I can't tell what the Quploth countdown is. Oh, sorry, the meltdown? No, counter. Meltdown counter? Quploth counter? Quploth counter. On my containment units. Okay, that's me circling that to indicate to me, hey, Tim, I am aware that we have a Purple Dawn. People are moving into the hallways. The purple creatures take increased damage from white damage sources, if I recall correctly, and decrease from everything else. And this is interesting. They don't have a hit point gauge or bar on them. So I had to really look closely to see where are these things located. What rooms might be slightly red. The good news is that every member of my corporation, all of my agents, have at least fortitude and sanity levels, fortitude and prudence levels 2. So they should be able to kill these quick enough, even my lowest level people. You really gotta, yeah, we really gotta make sure that we destroy the ones that are near my wows. We can't let those exist for too long, right? Or the Kupolov counter gets lowered to 0 for all the containment units in that area if I do take too long. We don't care about the control team. Nothing up there escapes. So that one can stay, but I should try to kill it anyway. I am very nervous about the noon ordeal. I am thinking to myself, my hope that we don't ever have to even fight it today. You get him. You get him like that, say nay. That's me. I'm still running over there trying to kill that one. We really got to focus on that one because I'm pretty sure their fly shoots will fire a bullet in a random hallway if he breaks out of his containment unit. We have a single clerk with a pistol and me with my crossbow over there. Like that Sene is trying his best to kill that one. Excellent work, Adorkable. Shred that one to bits. We need you over here. Yep, go, go, go. I guess I'm healing you. I don't know why I clicked over there then for that. Okay, I'm sending you into work with the Snow Queen instead. Bruno's gonna be healed. Robber Baron, you're gonna stay over there. I don't know why. Oh! Ned, I don't know why I'm keeping... Well, I guess I'm under the belief now it's too late. Whatever one of these are possibly still alive, I probably will not get to them fast enough to destroy them before they die automatically. But it looks like the only one left is the one in the control team. So we'll send Dia up there to handle it. And Chris, I'm so glad that you never encountered any of them, because you would have slaughtered a bunch of clerks as well. I'm so torn on you, Chris Bataille, what to do with you. Because that rifle, it's very nice, but oh, it's also... That friendly fire is so awful. I'm trying to see... Okay, can I see what their percentages are? If I bring up their own chart, and no, I can't see. I want to send Helmet in there for Fortitude. I think... Helmet Hair has a 6% chance at Fortitude, but I don't have written down the percentages of the abnormalities in my book. I only have written down what employees should be working with which abnormality and what work they're doing for that day. And it was originally Prudence for Helmet Hair there, so I'm not going to take the chance and try leveling something else there instead. I also need to be careful. I'm super paranoid about Spider-Bud and accidentally sending someone in there to die. If I send someone there to do Prudence work by accident, Insight. So Spider-Bud will net them automatically. Keep working with Letitia. I'm noticing that we're getting very close to completing our energy quota for the day. Snow Queen and Letitia are two fantastic people to work with during the day, as we'll get almost max PE boxes for them. It's my fighting team. They probably should be healed. Good. They might not have taken any significant damage, but just in case, I would want them at full life in case we get a green noon. Or like a red noon. We've still never seen a red noon. Though I am beginning to suspect, again, it's the second form of the red dusk, I think, might be the red noon. Jason, although he's wearing armor, which is not the best for a lady facing the wall, that's increased sanity damage. He's got like 107 or something like that sanity. He'll be absolutely fine. I want him leveling his justice. I wonder why I did put you up there. Sorry, down there. I like to stay home. That is Combo Breaker, I think? I don't remember the names of the two new people I hired so well just yet. Just watching people get their work done, seeing if I need anyone to do... We should do more work with the Snow Queen. But I'm watching that countdown. Looks like we're getting... It looks like we're getting 3 alarms, but I suspect it's actually... Now that I'm watching this again... It could be 9. And Tim, you better pause the game. You better pause the game, because you have alarms that are ticking down right now. There we go. Okay. I'm amazed at how the game continues to try to make this tougher and tougher for me. Now we have what looks like a red filter over our screen, and everything is even more pixelated than it was before, but I can still recognize who is who. I might just send anyone in to work with their Freischütz. Yeah, Dia could use like one more work and justice. The red filter makes it difficult for me to see where the alarms are with those icons that flash on the side of the containment units. But I recognize earlier we learned that we can watch for that red bar over the containment units instead to see which ones are on Meltdown. And that's a better thing to do, since the red corners blinking fades in and out. I'm thinking his armor might not be the best, but it'll be okay. And I'm paranoid. Did I send someone in there? Like, I want to make sure I absolutely put instinct, not insight, by accident. None of my Zions are on Meltdown. Black Swan is. I'm looking for Jason Hawk. I don't see him there. Chris is up here. We could send, yeah, we can send Chris to do work with Black Swan. And I think I will do that. Oh, okay, I'm looking for Jason. There he is. Second one down there, Tim. But I don't know where he's located. And I'm looking at that meter for Black Swan. Okay, alright, we're going to try sending Jason there. He's probably down in the central, oh, that's correct, Central Command Team. Healing up from the last ordeal. Looking around. Oh, Letitia. Yep, I just saw Letitia. There's more than 3 meltdowns, so I'm thinking it was either an 8 or a 9 was on that screen. And it's probably an 11 for the next meltdown level. I should check that new abnormality, Tim. The very regal-looking girl. We want to see... I should check to make sure she's not on Meltdown. If I didn't, I don't think I did that. We also still need to work with all these other abnormalities, because we need to advance to Meltdown level one more time, at the very least. I think we're on Meltdown level 4. Yeah, okay, I'm circling that saying we're almost done with the PE boxes we need for the day. I see Fragment of the Universe might decide to escape. It was normal work, and I don't think you took too much damage. Yeah, Food Dead Butterflies is fine. We're doing some work. Oh, okay, so yep, might as well send Amrofang in there again. Amrofang is one of the few people who have a fortitude less than 4 and a justice more than 3. So we're sending her in there over and over and over again. Oh yeah, sure, let's turn backwards clock. Maybe we'll need it if we have like 2 or 3 abnormalities escape, and we just want to complete this day. We can always go back to the memory repository if we lose a handful of people and still complete this. Rubber Baron, I think, is a tier 4, so he's allowed to turn that clock. Yeah, keep going, keep sending, yep. I'd say home in to repress Scorched Girl. If she escapes, I'm not so worried. We can easily repress her. That won't be so difficult. Might as well... So, a few of my high-level fighters, I remember that their justice stat is almost 100, but not quite 100. So, I'm like, well, they're 5 shoots, might as well send someone in there to get PE boxes. And while they're doing that, let's just top off that justice stat. Helmet hair, yep, back for Redula of the Sleigh. And I forgot all about you, Alexander. We haven't sent you to do any work today. So let's have you go in there to begin doing some stuff with Void Dream. Heisel sends you in to get a little more justice stat, I suppose. I could use more stat increases too, but I will admit I tend to not do that for my tune because I'm self-conscious that that's me or supposed to represent me, and I don't want to play favorites. So my stats are a bit lower than they probably should be compared to most other employees. I'm more concerned about getting everyone else leveled than myself. That's a mistake. I should level myself as well. No, things are working out well here. Yep, might as well get more PE boxes with Fragment. I also kind of want Fragment to break out so I can deal with it now, rather than waiting for whatever other ordeal will be showing up. And possibly having to worry about Fragment and other things. Fragment's not that very dangerous to us, especially because I have a Dorkable and Bruno down there to handle it. But it could kill a bunch of clerks. Alright, we have another Meltdown. So I need to check all the alarms. We have Zion's now on Meltdown, One Sins, and Well Cheers. I'm a little nervous about Well Cheers, so I need to find a lower level person to work with it. If I remember Well Cheers correctly, bad work result. We haven't seen what that does, but I got the impression it's probably an insta-kill. So, it needs to be a low-level person to do Fortitude or Instinct work with it. Not a high-level person, because their chances of success are lower. So, we're doing that correctly. Redula of the Sleigh needs someone working with it. Someone needs to stop in at One Sins. That'll be you, Lennon. Helmet hair should probably stay there and be healed a bit. Oh, okay. Or we can just send him back in to work with Redula of the Sleigh. Nothing in my training team is on went on Meltdown. Scarecrow Seeking Wisdom did, and unfortunately, the person who was working with it went back outside into the hallway. I still have some time, so I'll try to get that person healed. Who was doing that? My book is someplace else. Ooh, Clouded Monk is on... Oh no! Was going through my head right now. The new abnormality, the really regal, noble-looking night girl, is now on Meltdown. My guess is it's either repression or it's attachment for her that she likes best. Maybe she just wants someone to talk to, or maybe she wants someone to practice fighting with. So we're sending in Night That Same Day to do attachment work with her. I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh man, crap. I really didn't want to. I was hoping a meltdown wouldn't happen on her, but it did. So I'm going to have to deal with her. Fragment is on meltdown, but we have someone working with it already when it went on meltdown. Oh! Now I notice streaming currents on meltdown. I can't remember if it was David C. here who's supposed to be down there working on it. I think he was with Fortitude, but now I'm nervous that I got that wrong. I think I sent Jason down here instead. Oh, actually, I might be consulting my book. I might have grabbed the book to take a peek and see. Was it him? I think it was him. Okay, I'm confident that it was him who's to do that. Oh, Scarecrow. We can wait a few more seconds. Okay, and I'm watching. 1 good PE box. 2 good PE boxes. Okay, attachment was a good choice. Okay, I'm no longer worried. But I will go back there to peek about what happens because a few of my abnormalities, even if the work is good, still get upset after the work is done with them if the stat lines weren't quite right. So I'm going to go back there and watch what happens tonight that same day and see if at least Regal Girl, does she kill him after the work with attachment? We'll find out. Get rid of their Fly Shoots' meltdown. I'm also trying to pay attention to the ordeal. It's a purple noon. So we don't want any of my agents in any of my regeneration chambers, the main chambers, and we don't want any of them in hallways, since that's where these things can drop down on. Night That Same Day, I'm going to let you heal once and then send you back in probably to work with Clouded Monk again. I am on the impression that we're... Oh, actually, no. It didn't escape yet. Adorable, let's send you in there for repression work. And hopefully it will finally escape. We can beat up Fragment of the Universe a bit more. We're going to send in... Yep. I like to say home. Oh, MJ Stultins. You're the one working with Scarecrow today. Do I really do that? Okay. My impression is that setting him in once for prudence work won't raise his prudence to rank 3, which is what I want because I want him working with Scarecrow tomorrow. And also, it will be more successful than the other virtues would be with him, which I want because I want his successes to be higher because I can't tell how much hit points he has left or sanity he has left. I'm getting nervous because Dreaming Currents meltdown level is less than half. Jason's going down there. And David C is right there, I noticed. Okay, yep, so we can send David C in for that work after all. Okay, good. Ooh, attachment was the best thing to do here. She's a WoW, remember. What is happening? I'm super nervous. So it was a good work result, but she's doing something like that say nay. Night That Say Nay got some sort of gift from her. I can't tell what it was, and I won't be able to read it here, but I'm desperate to know what it was. So I'm going to unlock that knowledge now. Assuming we're able to complete this day, we'll read it when we're done. I'm worried something happened to him that was like with Letitia, and if he does something else with someone different, he will be killed. And you go with Destruction 42K. We're going to do some more work with Clouded Monk. Alright, Fragments out. Bruno, let's get you over here and we'll watch this fight. Excellent work, guys. I'm so thrilled, by the way, to have another WoW. I'm hoping that her armor and weapons are good as well. We really need more WoW level armor. We're getting quite a few more higher level people, and we don't have anything better for them than the Teth gear. Like, all my He and WoW armors are being worn by people. I'm probably going to be assigning the Snow Queen's armor to people too soon, because it's at least WoW level. Disarm, yep, we're sending you back up there. You'll work with Black Swan. Okay, so it looks like we have acquired, or just about to acquire, all the energy we need to complete this day. Now my concern is that, okay, we have this purple noon showing up. I need to make sure that my people are in elevators when this... Yeah, yep, I'm circling that. I'm worried about that. I'm worried that we're going to lose a lot of people when it spawns. But I still need to do probably close to 6 more containment units to advance the day. I haven't been counting how many containment... how many containment units we can enter to work with abnormalities before it triggers the next meltdown level. So I'm torn between sending people to do work and sending people into safety with the elevators. Guys, I'm getting a phone call. I gotta take it. I'll be back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Oh, right. I forgot that even happened. Sorry about that, everyone. That was my brother Dave called. I was like, I'm going to ignore it. I'm doing this mission. This is really thematic. I don't want to take that phone call. And then he called me immediately again. And I'm like, oh, if it's an emergency, I need to take it. It wasn't an emergency. It's okay. I donated my other computer here, a very nice computer, 5 years old though, to one of my other brothers. And that other brother of mine just got it moved into his man cave, we will say. He's married, he's got kids, and he has his shed in the backyard is his domain. And so he got it moved out there, got it hooked up to the network and stuff like that. And so Dave was interested in playing Wildermyth with me and him. So he wanted to call to let me know that that was the thing that happened. Not that any of you care. You care more about us completing this... this day correctly, successfully, without losing too many people. Oh, I'm noticing Helmet Hair got the gift from One Sins. I'm sorry, Lennon Soul Hacker got the gift from One Sins. Useful to know. I'm a little nervous now that Helmet Hair will get the horns from Rodoltha of the Sleigh. And I don't want too many people getting that gift. It's plus 6 sanity, minus 6 hit points, if I recall that one. I really should probably pick someone else to work with the Crumbling Armor's Justice stat to get that buff on them. At least one tick of it. We probably can afford one other person getting that. Especially after their attachment work has been leveled to 100%. We don't have very many abnormalities that give us extra hit points, though, do we? It would be Forsaken Murderer and Scorched Girl. I know their gifts give hit points. I'm just looking to make sure, are people out of their regenerator rooms? How close are we to the noon? Looks like we're probably 4 or 5 containment units away, which means that in actuality, it's probably 3. And I guess I'll say this now as well. I don't realize that I am on Meltdown level 5. I have not been paying attention to that very much. I think I'm on 4 or... Actually, 4. I think I'm on Meltdown level 4, so I think we're doing this noon. We will not have to do it. The moment we reach a new Meltdown level, assuming I do have all the energy that I needed for this day, and we do have it, It will end right then and there. The purple noon will not spawn. Or if it does spawn, it doesn't get a chance to do anything to us, and this day will end. So, assuming that nothing really chaotic happens, like I send someone to do work with something that releases an abnormality somewhere that causes the death of everyone in my facility, we are going to be successful at this first Sephiroth core suppression. And once again, we chose this one first because I am under the impression that this will grant us an extra 25% PE boxes for our daily quota upon completing it. I'm looking at that justice stat, thinking I can send someone else up there to justice stat. I'm looking at the justice work with crumbling armor, and I really want to send someone else up there to do it. But I'm not gonna yet. Again, I am so super nervous about that purple noon. Oh, I can tell by the way, Alexander, you got the horns. You're completely sheeped. 100% sheeped. You're wearing the sheep armor. You got the sheep rooster weapon, alarm clock is what I call it, and you've got the horns now for Void Dream, which I think is work rate, success rate, I think, and sanity, if I remember correctly. +2 work success rate, +2 sanity, I think. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I think I'm waiting for you to enter that containment unit. Jay's going in here, and then I'm thinking the purple noon gets triggered. Let's make sure no one else is in every... Oh, I'm nervous, actually. Oh, okay. We're going to do fortitude work with you, Jay said in there this time. I probably looked up my book and realized that you needed a little bit of that as well. I'm looking around now. Is anyone in any hallways? Is anyone in every generator room? Because it's 1 or 2 now more containment units. Robert Baron. Hey! You got the hat for working with Letitia. That looks pretty good on you. Let's move you over here. We got a lot of gifts, by the way, today. So far, at least, working with all these abnormalities. Maybe, is there like an increased chance to get them on Sephiroth suppression days? Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried about that purple noon. Someone's in a regenerator room. Those are the 2 I think I'm going to be sending in to work with abnormalities. I also need to make sure my people are ready to rush down to deal with these ordeals when they spawn. Because if they exist for too long, just like the Purple Dawn, then they begin releasing abnormalities, and we can't have that. I'm watching... Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I might have been... Okay, I was probably watching the regenerator meter to see, make sure he got another tick of heal. We'll send him in to do work, yep. Tim, you better make really sure. Make sure no one's in the regenerator room. Doesn't look like anyone is, but I should really, like, triple check. I think that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, no, I'm deciding who else is going to walk into a containment unit. That's going to absolutely trigger it. Or I think it will. So I was the one who couldn't step backwards. Oh! Oh my god! I was so worried about the purple noon. I didn't realize I was on meltdown danger level 5. I was so worried that I would trigger it without being ready for it. How about that? Alright, that wasn't so bad. This is probably the easiest one of all the easiest ones to do. Well, let's talk about it when I get back to our deployment screen. No one died. That was fantastic. And only one abnormality escaped, and I guessed correctly at what work would work well with that new abnormality. Though I have no clue what happened to Knight That Say Nay after he did that work with her. So I'm going to want to read what I unlocked with her. Alright, let's get back to our deployment screen. That went really well. I'm really happy that the first one of these worked so well. So this gives me an idea for what the other ones are going to be as well going forward. Alright, no hints. No hints. I don't want any hints. I will figure things out. Or I won't. Oh god, please click the right thing, Tim. This is proceed the next day. The toughest part of this day was choosing correctly right then and there. Oh, it is. We do go to day 29. Oh, interesting. Okay. The tree simply reaped from what it sowed. The final chapter ends with the phrase, "born again." When the time comes, the train will chug down the tracks and sound its mighty horn. This is a tool abnormality. I think? Yeah, these are tools. These are T's. Day 29. And then the next day is the easy day. Alright. Let's, I don't know which one of these to pick. None of these are tools, so none of these is going to be an ALF. That kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. But we don't have the choice. We got to pick one of these. So, I don't know which one of these to pick. Let's go for T0978. The final chapter ends with the phrase, "born again." I heard about Elijah. I'm sorry. Oh, Gabriel. The human that Yasad was based after. I guess now everyone should know that there are consequences to forcibly entering a laboratory with restricted access. Also, you were very careless not to put the supply room key back in its proper place. You may think I am being too strict, but I can't help it. I'm not saying anything false. No, you're not, Yasad. I think who we are based after did that on purpose for some reason. We should set up a time for when keys must be returned to prevent people like you from causing this again. I wore this to prevent chemicals from splashing on my body. Don't worry. I'm just a little tired. No need to show concern. I'll go prepare for the upcoming experiment. Wounds have a way of revealing themselves, even for those who wish to keep them concealed. For Gabriel, it was the change in his clothes. Maybe it was easier on his mind to conclude that Elijah's death was caused by a violation of the rules. He tried harder to stick to his principles. He tried to maintain his objectivity. But perhaps his excessive rationality is what destroyed him. His earnest hope to not see anyone else die couldn't reach me. No, there is no point in lying anymore. I pretended that I didn't hear his desperate cry. Yep. Hello, Yasad. There's no need to ask if I'm doing all right. I heard about what you and I did yesterday. I felt like it was the first time I lost myself. It was not quite pleasant, but it was not as terrible as I expected it to be, either. Rather, I feel relieved. Not to say that all the hatred that surrounds me has completely washed away. I'll still see that rotting hallucination, and sometimes I'll feel disgusted and have an unbearable anger towards you. However, If there is one aspect that's changed, it's that I can be in as much despair as I want to now. Someday, a hope will painfully grow out of the rotten wound. What you gave to us was a seed of hope. It seems that you're also on the way to embracing your painful past. It's always the beginning that's difficult. And your outfit still isn't up to the company's standard. No, it's not, Yasad. Have you learned how to take points away from me now? I suppose I should seriously consider having a penalty points apply even to the manager. %10 generation of the Seed of Light. So I guess that means that we're 10% done towards all of the meltdowns? Solving all of them? That would mean that there's 10 total Sephiroth. Yes, I never expected them to be restored. But it appears I was wrong this time. I attempted to tell you that it was reckless. However, it wasn't such a big loss on our end. I realized that a large quantity of energy was refined during the process of restoring that Sephiroth. If you wish to know why such an occurrence passed, well, the day will come when you find out. So that was all the end of the Yasad meltdown storyline there. And now we're back to more on Angela. Oh, to work in an experiment with my favorite junior. I feel unstoppable, like a tiger given wings. A doesn't say anything we can hear. Don't be so humble. You could have gone to any wing you wanted. But you still chose to come here. Is it because of your trust in me? Just you wait. I'll make sure you won't regret your decision. Aw, Angela, so filled with hope, so young. What happened to you? Look at this. Everyone's subconscious leads straight to death. Everyone is forcibly locking away their own light and potential. And here, this is the treatment I've told you about. The treatment for the soul. Trust me, we've made a worthy first step. People will gather around us soon enough. I sincerely welcome you to this place. Hey, so what's on your mind? The air feels sweeter than usual, doesn't it? Now, if you don't mind, can I have a moment to drink some coffee, manager? Sure, Chestnut, go right ahead. You need a moment alone for that? And I could use some coffee, but it's like 10 o'clock at night. Ah, that's much better. I just can't start my day without a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. I hope you're not offended by the way I talk to you, are you? No, I'm not, Chesed. I prefer things being casual. My name's Chesed. Or Chest. I think Chesed is the right way to say it, though. I'm the head of the welfare department. The welfare team is quite remarkable. I'm proud to state that my team has the highest level of satisfaction in the entire corporation. Lady Angela's told me to cooperate with you for now. That's good. I hope that remains the case, Chesed. Well, I am the kind of person who can flow with anyone, but playing silly games with the manager is too much pressure, even for me. Don't worry about it, Chesed. We'll get along fine. I like your background. I like the guitar riff there. But orders are orders. Well, I've got no choice, do I? Well, I'll be off now. Cup's getting cold. Mr. Chesed, sir, I have something important to tell you. Please go on. Well, I didn't polish the EGO thoroughly enough, so some of them appear to be malfunctioning right now. I think we'll have to run some extra diagnostics. I'm so sorry, Chesed, sir. Yeah, that's quite alright. Must have been pretty tiring to do EGO maintenance on top of all the work you already have, no? Mr. Chesed, sir, I'll go check it myself. You've done well enough to find out about the problem now. There's so many things to mind here. It'd take quite a bit out of someone to constantly pay attention to every little detail like that. Oh my, thank you so much, sir. Of course. Let's make the best of today as always. Oh, the way I handled that was quite different from what you've seen out of the others, wasn't it? Not necessarily. Hod is kind of similar to you, Chesed. They seem to care about the employees. You seem rather laid back like Netzok, who doesn't seem to care very much about anything, but You seem to care, but you want to take it on yourself, apparently. Is that why you need coffee, even though you're a computer? Because you want to do all the work yourself? Yep. Angela wouldn't have gone easy on that at all like I did. These employees will be goners soon enough. So what's the point in investing so much effort, scolding and lambasting them over tiny little mishaps? Well, if the little mishap ends up causing us something that spirals out of control, Chesed, maybe scolding and lambasting them isn't necessary, but being harsh might be appropriate. Well, shucks, my coffee's gone cold. Too bad. Lukewarm coffee just isn't worth it. Best pour it down the drain with no hesitation. Mission 1, for the aftermath. The welfare team is always busy. They work with a strong resolve, even though this environment seems rather carefree. But you see, the best way to handle things is to finish them as quickly as possible. This ensures everyone works with precision and a cool mind. Goal: finish the day within the allotted time limit. Okay, if pausing counts, like if pausing stops that clock, that won't be a problem. If pausing doesn't stop the clock, it's going to be a big problem. Where is the tool going? I guess we'll put it in the welfare team. Yep. Let's do it. Man. So an actual day passes as well. You saw what? Oh, you saw synchronization. 25% increase in unique PE box gains from abnormalities. Oh! It's not towards the daily quota. It's the unique PE box gain. It's the exact opposite of what I thought it would be. The department in which suppression took place will no longer be influenced by Quillcloth meltdowns. Oh! Is that good? I don't know if that's good. Okay, so that wasn't the most useful one. Although it's still useful. So unique PE box gains. So that is this. That's not the daily quota. Darn it! That wasn't at all what I wanted. I wanted the daily quota PE boxes to go up more. Not the unique PE boxes. I've already got all the gear for these. I guess it'll make it easier for me, though, when we get our first ALF to get everything unlocked for it. Okay. Hey, everyone. Alright, sorry for the awkward cut here at the very end. I just got done video editing the last part. I just got finished watching the part and getting my voice synced up with the gameplay. But sometimes the syncing doesn't align perfectly. I have to do some weird cutting and splicing of the video. And this often means that the video cuts off before the audio does. I also decided to slice off about 15 minutes of me babbling at the end of the video because my thoughts were a bit scattered. I was trying to talk about how much I like the core suppression, then what it meant for us going forward now that I understand a little bit more about what occurs, what the change is, because I thought that the information team was your daily quota, not the unique PE boxes and so on, and it was just all over the place. So we're doing it again. Hello, everyone. All right, so let's do a summary of the core suppression. So first up is I didn't think the day would advance. Because it didn't say begin management and it said core suppression, or suppress core, I thought it didn't actually take place in the same timeline. There is some weird time shenanigans which are going on here, so I assumed that was like taking place in its own pocket dimension, as it were, or some sort of time allotment occurred that wasn't us trying to complete that day. Now that I know the day advances, it means that we will continue to reach the end of the game faster than we otherwise would have. It also means that we don't gain as much benefit from the buffs as I thought we would. Because I thought we would be able to do the information team, control team, and training team all on day 28, effectively. And then we'd all have those bonuses going forward to the next day, day 29. I have to choose carefully now a little more carefully which of these I'm going to do next, now that I know that the days advance. Because the days also advance, it's now even more important that my agents survive each day, because I really don't want to retry the day to keep them alive, and I don't want to... I'd rather not do a memory repository either. Man, I really don't want to do a memory repository and lose the Snow Queen. I really like her. 18 PE boxes is really nice for abnormality, almost guaranteed. Oh man, I really want that. So, yes. The day advances. That's giving me a chance to rethink, or force me to rethink, how I'm going to be doing this going forward. Something else about the course impressions I like is that it attempted to mess, and did mess with me, the player, the person sitting on the other side of the computer monitor playing this video game, more than just what was happening inside the facility itself. I am a big fan when games do this, ever since I had encountered Eternal Darkness, one of the first games that messed with you as a player. It's great. I loved it. I really enjoyed having to dwell on the pictures of my agents and remember who they are and where they're going to be working for that day. It really helps that I am, again, I mentioned this during the audio, that I am very well organized when it comes to this game. I like knowing who's working where with what. And, well... it helps that I recognize you people too. I really care about my employees and agents working here, and it's one of the reasons why I don't want to start all over in this game. If we go back to day 1, all of my agents are removed. We start over in day 1. We keep all the research we had done with all of our abnormalities, and we keep any of the EGO that we had when we click on return to day 1, but all the agents are gone. And, well, I don't want that. And I don't want that not necessarily from a gameplay perspective. I don't want it because all of my agents have a lot of personality to them. Adorkable is the red-eyed girl with 4 buns in her hair, who has the horns from Void Dream and wields a Discord Naginata and Ecstasy armor. Like, I know what she looks like, and she's got her personality with her. I know that Knight That Say Nay has the horns from Rodella of the Slay, the mask from the Forsaken Murderer, and runs around with the Pale Sword from the Samurai armor. Like, all my people are beginning to stand out to me, and it's just, I don't know, it's sad that I have to just drop them all if I want to start over from day 1 again. It also helps that I know... because I know how what all of you look like. Like, I recognize hairstyles, I recognize the armor I've assigned for you, and generally, you guys are keeping the same armor, or it tends to be the case now going forward, with the exception of my low-level people. So, being so organized and caring so much about my agents helped me get through that ordeal, since I could recognize who was who and where they had to go based on the pixelated graphics that were shown. Yeah, I really did like that, its attempt to mess with me, the player, very much. What else is there? We've earned a lot of gifts from the abnormalities that day. Lenin Soul Hacker gained 1 Sin's Crown of Thorns. I know we gained at least like 4 more gifts. Lost Fremen picked up the mask from Forsaken Murderer. Alexander picked up the horns from Void Dream. Robert Baron got the hat from Letitia. Admiral Fang gained the coffin from Funeral of Dead Butterflies as well. And those are the ones I recognize. We might have picked up 1 or 2 others. I just haven't, I don't notice it quite yet. But it was a great day. It was a great day to do work and get gifts. And because of that, I also am no longer as interested in reverting time to go back to day 26. So we're going to be soldiering forward, and we're going to try to get to day 31 without losing anyone if we can. And day 31 will be when we begin doing memory repositories in order to try to fish for an ALF. If we get one earlier, fantastic. But if we don't, okay, that's fine. And if we pick up an ALF on the way to day 31, I probably won't do a core suppression on that day, so I have time to try to understand it, retry the day as much as I want, and try to gain its gear. And we'll move to a core suppression later on instead. Now, also having completed a core suppression, I understand, I think, why these are here a little bit better. So, not only do they give you some very powerful buffs, some of which I don't know if I like. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But it makes starting over from day 1 much less grindy. We don't need to send as many people in to work with abnormalities to unlock all their information and all of their equipment, because we now gain an extra 25% towards their maximum unique PE boxes now that we've done this job for the information team. And this buff, all the quests we complete for these departments stay with us if we were to fall back to a memory repository, or if we'd start day 1. We'd never have to redo these, is the impression that I've got. Getting 10 more LOB points from Malkoth, if that's true, means that, hey, we can improve our employees faster to get back our employees the way they were if we start over in day 1. Having people start at level 3 means that we don't even have to worry about training them up on the Zaans as often. They all start rather high level, and probably we can assign them decent gear to beat up the Zaans if they manage to escape or something of that sort. So, my guess is all of the buffs you earn from all of these are designed to not only make your going forward in the game easier, but to encourage you to start over from day 1 again, because it makes you getting back to these later days much easier and faster. That said, though, I wasn't intending on this being a 100 video playlist for me, so I don't think we're going to do that. The plan is to just go forward, try not to reset to day 1, see how far we get. And we might do a memory repository once or like up to 3 or 4 times, assuming that we haven't reached like the 5th day of the 4th day of the 5-day memory repository checkpoint system occurring. Yeah, I do like the buffs. I like how the game's designers encourage you to start over from day 1, and it's much easier. Plus, your understanding of the game is much better. But again, my agent sets have too much personality. I really don't want to lose any of them, because I really enjoy them running around, and because also they're based on around, for the most part, you viewers. With the unique PE box gain that we've just unlocked, this will make it much easier for us now to complete work with this abnormality, whoever she is. And this will make it faster for us to get these bonuses unlocked with her, and make it also faster for us to get her weapons and any armor that she possesses as well. I'm really looking forward to getting the gear from these abnormalities much faster than what we had than what it had been earlier. Now, the other thing we got from the information team was that we will no longer have meltdowns that occur in the information team. So this means when we get the new meltdown level, none of these containment units will go on meltdown. I don't know if I like that or not, actually. I think that's more of a penalty than a plus. On one hand, we no longer have to worry about any of them escaping. And we don't have to worry about sending someone into the portrait of another world. But when a meltdown is going on, anyone who goes into that containment unit is effectively gaining PE boxes, if you know what you're doing, without increasing the meter towards the next meltdown level. And I think I honestly prefer that to the abnormalities escaping when meltdowns occur. I've generally been on top of things when any meltdowns are occurring within my department. So the only thing I can think of where that would be useful is getting an elf. But I haven't worked with an elf, so I don't know how dangerous. I don't have an appreciation for how dangerous they are quite yet. The wows are not that dangerous, as long as you pay attention to the work that should be done with them, and assuming, of course, you're willing to hit retry the moment something goes wrong, and take what you've learned to your retry. But I would rather have the meltdown still occur. Plus, now I'm a little worried that this means that, well, we still have like 11 meltdowns that happen during the day. Now they're going to begin occurring on different containment units where I would never have wanted to send someone in there to begin with. Like, okay, these 4 are now safe, but that means that those meltdowns move to other containment units. I might have to worry about Yang? Yeah, I might have to worry about Yang, for example. In which case, I gotta really pay attention when I send someone in there, as opposed to Portrait of the World. I can send someone in there, just stop the energy from being lost and so on. But here, someone's gotta return that, or we're dealing with 2 WoW abnormalities breaking out. So yeah, so I don't know if I like the meltdown immunity on the information team. But, well, we don't have a choice. We gotta take it. Alright, and I think that's it, everyone. So, oh, I guess we'll talk about this really quickly as well. I did notice when I had been looking at mods a long time ago that there was a mod that would let me keep my agents if I reset to day 1. I feel like that would be too cheaty to actually do, so I won't be installing that mod. That, and again, I wasn't intending to have this playlist be 100 videos long for Lobotomy Corporation, so we will still move forward. We'll see if we can get to the end of the game and see what type of ending we get. I think multiple people have told me that we will not get the best ending for the game. Now, I'm fine with that. We'll see what ending we get. Alright, and that's it. I'll begin babbling if I hang around any longer. And that's it. Thank you again, guys, for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.